Pete here from Kafer Motorworks. So the last couple of days I've been working on this old beastie here. It's a 2001 turbo diesel, and I had to replace a few things because I was having a squealing problem. The squealing problem was not just a dry belt or whatever causing a squeal. So the belt tensioner, the main pulley on the tensioner, was locked solid. It did not turn. And that means the smooth top side of the V-belt was just sliding on top of that pulley. Since the pulley wasn't turning, it had to just slide. And also the idler pulley for that actually, for some reason, was really small and wore itself out to just a small nubbin. It still turned, and I'm not sure why. I'm not sure why it wore down that way, but maybe at one point it was frozen and just caused the plastic to wear out. Anyway, had to replace that. I replaced the V-belt, and I also replaced the air conditioning compressor, thinking that part of the problem was the compressor being old and just not working. The air conditioner wasn't working, so I ended up buying a V-belt kit complete with all the proper parts, and also a new air conditioning compressor. So got those installed, finalized that yesterday, and the shoehorned diesel engine in the Bug is not an easy one to do this kind of work. The tensioner is the difficult part, getting it out and getting it back in, but I did figure a couple workarounds that help. And the one workaround that helps get the tensioner back in is to undo the top bolt. So here, let me show you real quick here. So the tensioner, so this top bolt here for the spring to keep pressure on it. If you remove this moves out of the way, and it makes it easier to get to these 3 bolts right here. And also, when you buy these, they come pre-tensioned with a pin. There's a hole here and a hole over here, and this thing is pre-tensioned. But when it's in pre-tension mode, it's really hard to get it back into place. So I untensioned it so it looks like this, so it just slides straight up inside. This thing flops out of the way. I actually have access with my hands my big hands to get in there and get things started. And I was able to do so once I got this piece off and flopped over. It was easy putting it back on because it's right at the very top. Can easily access that. But anyway, this bottom pulley is just it's frozen rock solid. So it got all rusted out, and for whatever reason, and it's all wonky here. So it's big and fat here, and so I think the bearing, something in the bearing just gave way. So anyway, that was that. The belt, the belt didn't break, but it was well worn and cracked and from heat and all that. So I didn't drive it much when I noticed that it was squealing. So this car's been parked for 1.5 years. So I did start the car earlier today, and I did a video, but the video I was losing a lot of audio, so it kind of messed that video up of it first starting. It's been sitting about a year and a half. When I started it, it just started right up. Not an issue at all. So I was really, really pleased. The battery that's in this thing was also sitting in here for a good year. And when I checked the voltage yesterday, it was 0.7 volts on a 12 volt battery. And so I did a really low current charge and then ended up charging it all night on a very low current, and it charged all the way full, and it's still good. The car does unfortunately have a slow short somewhere, a draw, an amperage draw, and if you leave it set, it will drain the battery down a bit after a period of time. So, and it is faster than a normal discharge of a battery just sitting. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and start it up. It's just an old beast. I bought it back in 2011, and it's a 2001. I bought it to just drive it until I can't drive it anymore, and it's still running. It's 188,000 miles on the car. At 114,000 miles, we changed out the long block because the timing belt broke, and so it now has a 2002 Jetta diesel that only had 25,000 miles on it when I bought it, and that came all the way from Czechoslovakia in Prague, and yes, it was worth buying it. So we have a little bigger injectors on it, so it's got a little bit more power than the stock, but not a great deal, but it's still a nice grunty little car. I love it. So 188,000 miles, and then there was 114. So let's see here. Minus 188,000. So we've got 74,000 miles on a 100,000 mile belt for the timing belt. So that's going to need to be replaced, not in the too near distant future. I did take a look at it. Still looks okay. So you definitely want to change it again. Just because if you break one, you're gonna ruin the top end, at least at minimum the top end of your engine, and that can be expensive. So I don't want that to happen again. So that's going to be in the future of this vehicle. It looks ugly. There's tons and tons of peeling of the clear coat, and the clear coat's peeling in areas that just seemed really odd on the front hood and fenders, but I'm attributing it to the heat here in Northern California. So the car is non-op. We are going to get it opt again and get it smogged, and we're going to sell it. So it's kind of ugly. A lot of some of the interior needs to be replaced. Tires they look good, but tires have been exposed to a lot of sun and heat, so I wouldn't trust them on a long trip. So tires do need to be replaced on the car, but you probably could drive it home. Anyway, I'm not driving this car anymore. We're driving electric cars, and I do love the diesel. Don't get me wrong, it's really nice, and I would do a diesel again. And but for now, it's just sitting. There's no need to just leave it set. So let's get it on, move it down the road, let someone else enjoy it. And I've got all the documentation of all the things I've done to it over the years. And so here, I'm going to go ahead and start it up. So interior door panels are falling apart. The glove box is falling apart. Whoop. Well, before I do that, I need to connect the battery back up. I just disconnected it because I didn't want it to prematurely drain out because it has been sitting for such a long time. Could be potentially an issue with this battery. Battery needs replaced as well, if you're going to use it as a daily driver beast. And it's been a great daily driver beast. $10mm for the battery. Real easy. So everything in here works. Everything is functional. And get a pressure washer and wash this puppy up. Okay, so now we're going to try this one more time. Okay, that's on. Door shuts really well. So we have lock and unlock works. The mirrors still, adjustable mirrors work. They all work. Put it in neutral. It's got defrost on it. The clock works. The sunroof works. Windows work. Both sides headlights work. All the lights are working. Do need to get the air conditioner charged up, so we'll take care of that too. And because it's hot here, so you need an air conditioner, so that will be a good thing. Shifting still shifts great. And so here we go. So it's running at about 950 RPM at idle. Lights still work. Cruise control. I'm not going to try my windshield fluid because everything's dirty right now. The glove box door is broken. It just broke today. And I'm attributing that to a lot of the heat out here. So I'll work on that. I don't think there's anything else. Everything works. Okay, we're going to see if the back hatch opens. Been a while since the back hatch has been opened. Yep. Back hatch still opens. And couple little goodies back here. Nothing much. Blinker lights, replacement lights. I hate these plastic doohickey things. The struts for the rear were replaced, so they're working fine. All the plastic and everything's in place, but heat is no friend to heat is no friend to cars here in California. And that shuts well. Seat still moves forward. Found me a pair of gloves. So there you have it. The car works, and the car works pretty well. And so we still have a few things to do before we put it up for sale, but that's it. So these things can be worked on in the driveway. No lifts, none of that stuff. Just make sure you have it jacked up safely on jack stands, and also have a hydraulic jack locked in place, just as an extra bit of safety. When you're underneath the car, you don't want to be too far underneath the car, and you want to make sure that you're not going to get crushed. So that's all important. Safety, and I've worked on Volkswagens since 1973. So the old bugs, new bugs, buses, squarebacks, fastbacks, you name it, I've pretty much done it. So anyway, Pete here from K4 Motorworks. We'll talk to y'all later. Thanks for watching.